Hi, welcome back to my craft desk today. It's Sue from Crafting by the River. If you haven't been here before, I'm just introducing myself. Thank you so much for taking the time, and I hope you're all well. So today's is just a short video of what I have been working on. So what's on my craft desk basically. And as you can see, I've got a few different bits here. We'll start over this side. This is a little miniature journal that I made, just empty pages ready to fill. And this is made using an idea from Natasha at Treasure Books. As you know, I'm a fan of her work. She comes up with some amazing ideas, and I thought this was one. These covers are made out of cereal box linings. So you know this stuff, this plasticky stuff that I generally use as a drop cloth on my glass mat. It takes the shine, the reflection off the mat, as well as protecting it. And I didn't know, or I never realised, that you could use it like this, which is basically fusing it with an iron. Now, should say, if you're going to try this, go and check out Natasha's channel. I'll try and link the actual post below, but you've got to be a bit careful because obviously this burns. You're fusing the two layers together, and you can do it. I've got a sample here somewhere. Here it is. You can just layer two layers of the lining together and have it clear. Or, as I've done here, you can use tissue in between, something really that's not too heavy. On this one I've used ordinary wrapping tissue, and on this one uses a napkin. So yeah, you can fuse the two pieces either side of a tissue or a napkin. And in order to do that, obviously, you've got to be careful because you're using your iron. You need non-stick baking paper at the bottom, then a layer of the lining, then your tissue, then the top layer, and another piece of non-stick greaseproof paper so that it doesn't stick. I've got to tell you, the first paper I used, and you can see it particularly on this one, the first thing I used was just some greaseproof paper that I thought was non-stick, but it wasn't. And it stuck to this. It stuck to the top section of a double piece of the lining. So that was no good. However, I did find out that if I soaked it well, I could actually scratch that layer off. So if you do make a mistake, it's fixable. But once I got the non-stick cooking sheet, really, I've got, it worked perfectly. And for this, I've stitched around just because you can see there it's lifted a little bit, and that just helps make it a bit more secure. And I've just made this one signature book. I don't know how many pages in there, probably about, about 25, I'd say. I can't remember now. Various pages. And I can use that for a bit of fun down the track. So that was that one. Then I thought, okay, let's make a ring-bound book. So I made this one. And this one measures 4.5 long by 4 inches wide. I think I've got that right. Where's my ruler? sorry, it's 4 3/4 long, the cover, by 4 1/4. So the pages are actually 4 1/2 by 4 inches. So the cover is a little bit bigger. Same on the back. I've just used a piece of craft card, but it's quite thick card. Now, what to remember is this is quite sharp. Here, what I've done is, this is like 4 pieces of the liner fused together with tissue underneath the top layer. So yeah, there's quite a bit on this one, just to make it sturdy. And because these edges can be quite sharp, I have rounded the corners of this one. I did also do a plain stitch all the way around, running stitch. And then this is literally a notebook. This is full of lined or gridded paper. Actually, that one won't be, that will be just plain. Yeah, but mostly it's lined paper, one little book page there for that image, front and back. So that was that one, and I had a little piece left over, so I made this little pocket. Okay, handy for stamps. I mean, I've made this to add into my travel notebook bag. You know, if you haven't seen that, I'll link the video below. But I made a travel journal, if you're new here, and I also made a bag for it to sit in. So these items will probably go in that little bag. This is just a little notebook to have while I'm away. So those were those bits. And then over here, I've got this bag that I've had for, oh gosh, I must have had this for about 6 years. And I put a piece of leather on this, and of course it doesn't like going through the wash. But never mind. And this one, I made a very simple case to carry my phone. So it has one large pocket there and a pocket on the front. And that's been quite useful. But I decided that I wanted a new one for my next trip, and I thought I would make it slightly larger. So this is my new one, and what I've done is I've used some homespun fabric for both the lining and this front pocket, and over that front pocket I've used one of my stamps and stamped this image, which is a whole load of numbers, basically, and just used a strip of the matching, this fabric underneath is my rusted fabric, and if I turn it over, you'll see it better there. And for this bag, I've added a zipper to the top, and you can see it's just plain homespun inside. A zipper pocket there that will fit my phone quite neatly, and I've also got a press stud on this pocket, so this pocket will be a bit more secure. I was thinking about doing another zip, but in the end I decided that I would add just that little popper. So that was my make, and let me tell you, this took, if it took me and I was flapping around a bit, probably took me an hour and a half to make. Didn't take long at all. And I will link the video that I followed. I made this one without a video, but I wanted to add the zipper, and I wanted to be sure that I added that right. It's a long time since I've done this kind of sewing, and I wanted to be sure I got the lining correctly positioned to include the zipper. And if you look inside, you see what I mean. It just makes that really tidy. On this one, it didn't matter. because, you know, both were just lined ordinary. All right, so that was that piece. And I had some bits of the rusted fabric left over, so I'm going to leave those there. This was a strip, so just an odd strip, so I thought I'll just do a fabric ruffle with that. And I had some of the homespun, so rather than throw it away or put it in my fabric box, I just made up a few ruffles, so that's what those are. And then this piece, this was my testing piece to see whether the stamp would actually take over the fabric. I mean, I thought it would. I've done it loads of times before, but I just wanted to be 100% sure. And obviously, you've got to think about the ink that you're using if you want to wash this. So that was a consideration. But that was a test piece. And now I've got to decide whether to make something else, or I might even use it as a fabric flip in one of my journals. So yeah, that was what I've been up to these last couple of days. It's been fun. I've got another ring-bound book that I'm working on at the moment. It is like a smallish journal, and once I've got that finished, I'll share that with you. But for now, that's it. What do you think? Are you going to give this a try? I mean, it's fun. It's a bit different. Here, I had an odd bit of this fabric that was outside of the fused cereal pack, so I've just flipped it over and ironed it so that it sticks to this piece. So there you go. I mean, this is a bit here, there and everywhere. You know, it's bumpy, lumpy and whatever. You'd be hard pressed. You can see it more there. You'd be hard pressed to get it perfectly flat. Possibly if I put it under a heavy book when it was first ironed on, it would have laid a bit flatter. This one with the tissue paper is not as bad, but then this was like 4 layers of the cereal wrapper. So yeah, that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and please consider giving this a tick or a thumbs up before you leave. I seem to have lots of people who look at my video, but they don't leave me the thumbs up, or they don't leave me a thumbs down either, which is good. But for all that, you know, a simple key click would be lovely. All right, so that's it from me. I'm going to go and get on with a bit more in the next ring bound journal. Till I see you again, take care. Bye now.